$8 o'clock. I think everybody is. I think we're live. Not that I can tell. Are we live? Hello. I guess we are. Okay, good. What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. We are back with an extra special episode of DISANITY tonight as I turn down my phone here. We had a stream this afternoon, as you guys all know. Some of you were there. We had some technical issues, so I was going to try to go from rope drop to parade. It didn't work out, unfortunately, so I do apologize for that. But I thought I'd kind of make it up to you guys tonight by having a special episode of DISANITY. Melissa is spending the day with her friend Rhiannon. Of course, you guys all probably know who Rhiannon is. She comes into the chat a lot. Rhiannon is from Australia, and it's been one of our very first followers. She listened to us back during the time of when we were doing podcasting. So she's with Rhiannon tonight. So I'm alone with the dog. He's outside somewhere. And I said, you know what? Let's do a fun DISANITY stream. We got a lot of news to talk about with Disney, and we haven't talked about it in a while. And I thought, let's do some news and notes. And then I wanted to go over something with everybody. We're not going to get a lot of people in here, so it's really hard to get a real judge of what people might do. But I've been thinking about certain things I want to do on a possible meetup, a Mouse Talk meetup. And I've been thinking more on this. I've actually talked to a travel agent about what, different options of things we can do. I'm trying to get some ideas of things that I think could be a lot of fun to get everybody involved. Obviously, there's always... Well, I'll get into it when we get into it. Anyway, let's say hi to everybody in the chat real fast, and then we're going to get into the news and notes, and then we'll do all that other stuff at the end. Alex Boxel, welcome in. Rob Fuzz, what's up, Rob? Good to see you. Jeannie's here. John the Bee's here. Yet it is. Dan E20 Chief is here. Who else is in the house? Iowa Disney Dad, Sony 4K, Monica Odiette, Karen Kushner, Douglas Bailey, 82 Airborne, John Curry, Cynthia Candy Mom. Our first member is here. Kimberly Hazard, Dole Whip Donnie. What's up, Keith? Good to see you. Hope you and Jennifer are doing well. Julie McCowan is here. Victor and Janet are here. Lovely Ocean Eyes is here as well. Good to see you. Got to meet them the other day. Stacy Bailey's here as well. Which one are you talking about being unsupervised? Me or Melissa, Cynthia? Doreen Armitage, welcome in. Hope you're having a great night. It's Doreen Armitage. Yes, it is. Good to see you. Happy, there's Jennifer. Good to see you, Jennifer. Hope you're doing well. Good to have everybody here. So we got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to do some news and notes of things that are going on around the world. And also we'll try to... I got some video stuff I want to show you. There's Bob Chapek. Chapeco, welcome him. Matt. Hey, Matt. There's Matt. Both of them. I got to see both of them. Disney Nerd Herders are here. Charlie and Stacy. Good to see you guys. But yeah, anyway, we'll get into that a little bit more. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all being in here. 33 likes already. Obviously, our goal is not 30. That should be the goal. I don't know why. 30's up there for my baseball channel. Baseball channel is a lot smaller. So, I've been going through... let's do the news and notes, and then we'll get into all the other stuff, which is important stuff for the channel, I think, anyway. I probably should have changed this to, channel changes and stuff like that, too. Joanne Puzzles, welcome in. I think I would have had a lot more people in here, which would have been better because it would have been nice to get a good gauge from a lot of different people. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is, of course, the Disney's Starlight Parade is coming. Disney did announce when that was going to happen. I think they said it was going to be... There you go. The Disney Starlight Parade, which, by the way, looks amazing. I think it looks awesome. I love all the different floats. I'm glad that they're including the old and the new. I don't really know why they put Wish in there. Look, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a hater. But, Wish to me is not, I think, a movie that ultimately it was ever anything that was going to be that popular. And yet Disney is kind of, putting it down our throats, which I don't know why. But anyway, they could have done a lot of other, they could have done all kinds of different rides or movies they could have chose from. Instead, they chose Wish. But that's okay. It is what it is. That's just my personal opinion. Doesn't mean anything. Epic Obsession. We're going to talk about Epic Universe, too. But Mr. Cruise Fever, welcome in. But I'm glad the parade's coming. I do know that right now, and this is all good news. I think this is all good news. July 20th is the first night of the parade. Good news, bad news in respect to annual pass holders, because we now have to have reservations. You know how if you're a pass holder, if you come in after 2 o'clock on any day of the week, you can get in without a reservation. Well, that changes at Magic Kingdom as of the 20th of July. They are not going to allow you in without a reservation. So they're going back to the reservation system, at least for a while when this parade first comes out. That's kind of a bummer. I get it. It's a nighttime parade. But I don't know. I wish I could. I guess it's their way of managing crowds for what it's worth. Yeah, Wish lost $200 million. Flying down for opening night of the parade. Can't wait. Nice, Karen. That'll be fun. Hey, Joe Nguyen, welcome in. I hope I said that right. Leanne, welcome in. On hold with Disney. Oh, yeah, no problem. 78 day. That's right, Leanne. September, right? Is that September? September 9th. I know we're all going to the Halloween party. That'll be fun. Anyway, so this parade is going to start July 20th is going to be the first night. Now, I don't know how long this is going to happen. But Disney has said right now there's going to be 2 parades a night, 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. That's great news. I think that's actually fantastic news. Because that means you're going to have, at 9 o'clock, you're going to have the parade. At 10 o'clock, you're going to have Happily Ever After. And then at 11 o'clock, you're going to have another parade. What does all that mean? That all means that this park is going to be open late again. Remember the old days when Magic Kingdom was open till 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning? Remember those days? Julie McCowan, welcome in. Does anybody remember those days? I thought they were long gone. Animal Zone, welcome in. Maybe they're back. Maybe they're finally back. Because if you have the parade at 11, the park's going to close at midnight. Right? So I would assume, and I haven't looked at the times. I haven't gone far enough out to really look at the times into July, August, and September to see, what those, night times, closing dates or times are. If somebody wants to look it up, let me know. I'm interested to see what that is. But I think this is really good, dude. Steve, Stardio Studios. Good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, I mean, I love when they have the parades. And I love when they have the parks open late. I really do. I wish they would do that more often. I wish they would get back to the old extra magic hours, or extra evening hours, where it was like you would get the park for like 3 hours extra after it would close. Remember those days? I mean, I guess it's not in Disney's best interest financially, but that's too bad. I think they should have kept that. That's part of the magic and part of the uniqueness that made Disney Disney. So anyway, I think that's good. I also read, and I'm sure you all know this because you're all Disney aficionados like me. Yes, Steve, late, starting July. I mean, it's got to be open till at least midnight if they're going to run the second parade at 11 o'clock. And they give magic hours now to the big resorts. Yeah, Cynthia, I know. And I don't like that. I don't think they should do that. I don't think that's fair. As someone who stays at the big resorts now, because we have DVC, we never stay at the or very seldom do we stay at the moderate or value resorts anymore. Those resorts, that's not fair. They pay their money to be in the parks. They're resort holders. They should be able to. I don't want to get into that, but anyway, let's try to keep it somewhat positive. What's up, Matt? Simba 2, welcome in. What was I going to say? See, now I lost my train of thought. Oh, the parade route. I like this too. I think this is smart. And they really should do this with Happily Ever. Well, I guess they can't do it with Happily Ever After. But I like this. I think this is smart. So the parade route for the nighttime parade is going to start on Main Street by the firehouse, and it's going to end in Frontierland. I think that's Very smart. Now, I don't remember if the old parades did that, if the old nighttime parades did that. Something makes me feel like they did, but I think that's very smart because that means all those folks that are at the 11 o'clock or 9 o'clock parades that are on Main Street, the parade's going to go by them first, and they're already at the front of the park. They can get out first. And then the people that are further back, as they see the parade, they'll then make their way forward to get out of the park. Exit guest flow is going to be so much better doing it this way. If any of you have been there for Happily Ever After, and when the fireworks end, it's like a mob scene. It's like a herd of cattle. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get out of there, it's a disaster. I think that's smart that they're doing the parade like that. I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Donnie, Keith says, I would love extra magic hours. I miss them, but now only if you spend $1,000 a night. Right? It's true, unfortunately. Correct, Animal Zone. Right. They will not run, obviously, during the Halloween and Christmas parties. You're not going to see the parade. Not this parade, anyway. Steve says, I just paid for a Magic Kingdom pass for Disneyland. Can't afford to be a DVC member at the same time. We were DVC members. We started that over 10 years ago, and that's why we're DVC members. Earlier today, if you guys were watching, I said I lost all my water. This is the cup. For some reason, this top part, which is supposed to be sealed really well, when I close it, it still leaks out the side for some reason. I have no idea why. So half the water that was in this was in my bag instead of in the cup when I went to drink water this afternoon. It was terrible. Yes, they did it when they had the night. Yeah, see, I can't remember. I mean, we were there many times when we saw the Main Street Electrical Parade, which, by the way, is my favorite parade. And I never remember it going from Main Street through Frontierland, but it probably did. It's been so long, I can't remember. But maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. But anyway, exciting times for sure. Also, of course, I'm sure everybody knows. Is that the one? Yep, that's it. Test Track. What was it? July 27th, they said? I think they said July 27th, Test Track was going to open. Obviously, they're going to start doing cast member, annual pass holder, DVC previews. That's going to start any day. If you haven't already gotten some sort of inkling or word or email about annual pass holders or previews, you probably are going to start getting that really, really soon. We have been very lucky. Somebody that watches the channel is a cast member. I won't give out their name because they don't want it given out. Has invited us to a cast member preview. So on July 6th, we'll be going to a cast member preview of Test Track. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We're very excited and we're very grateful to those folks that are giving us the opportunity to go early and ride the new Test Track. So I'm going to try to video it if they'll let me. It's previews. They probably won't. At the very least, we'll do a video of what we can film and then our reaction afterwards of what we think of Test Track. And we'll have that for you guys probably July 6th at some point. We'll go do it. We're going to also have lunch with those folks. And then when we get home that night, I'll try to get the video up ASAP. So Test Track is going to be opening end of July, and that's probably about a month away. Again, previews are coming really, really soon. I don't know. I can't wait for Test Track to be back. Cynthia, I've never been a big fan of Test Track. I think it's okay. I think I probably would have been a bigger fan of Horizons. Wasn't it Horizons that used to be there? Right? Or was that World of Motion? I probably would have liked them better because I'm a big dark ride fan. I like the dark rides. This kind of stuff is fine. I still I'm scared of what this is going to be. Got to get down to the Walt Disney World Resort and Casino in 2025. Oh, thanks, Steve. Thank you for being a member so long, too. That means a lot. I don't think either one of us dislike Test Track. But I think for the most part, it's not something that when we go there, it's not on the top of the list. World of Motion. Thank you, Leanne. Okay, so it was World of Motion that used to be there. I got you. We never saw it. We never saw Horizons. We never saw World of Motion at all. But it is what it is. So anyway, we're going to be doing that, and that'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited, cautiously excited for what this could be. Again, Disney's always worried me lately because whenever they give us concept art, a lot of times the concept art is nothing like what we actually get as a finished product. And I haven't been happy with a lot of the finished products lately for Disney. Maybe my expectations are too high. I don't know. But maybe, just maybe, this will be awesome. But to have it done so soon, they obviously didn't gut the whole thing. It's going to be the same track. It's basically going to be the same ride, just looking aesthetically different. That's really the only difference here. It's just aesthetically going to be, it's going to look different. It's not going to feel any different. It's not a new track layout. And that's kind of why I'm not a big fan of a lot of that stuff. Splash Mountain, Frozen, Test Track. I don't like that. I'm like, just if you're going to redo it, demolish it and start from scratch. Give us a whole new experience. Disney doesn't do that. I mean, they're not doing it with Muppet Courtyard either. Most of Muppet Courtyard, they're going to keep. They're just going to reimagine it, but they're not demolishing it and starting from scratch. And I get it. It's a business decision because why? Because of money. It takes a lot of money to demolish and then build from scratch. It takes less money to just gut it and keep the foundation and build around it. So I understand that. Yeah, exactly, Leanne, and we weren't there for that. I wish we were. Yeah, Douglas, I hope you're an annual pass holder, buddy. We'll be at Disney World in July. Hopefully we see you when we are there. John, yeah, that would be great. Let us know if we're in the parks. You're always more than welcome to send us an Instagram or an email or something and let us know. Al and his wife are going to be down. Al and Renee, Al V is in the chat. They're going to be down next week. They want to get together. We might, we're going to try our best to get over and see them. Even if it's a hello. Speaking of which, got to meet two people today. Teresa Patlan and her husband. We got to see them today, which was great. She took the time. She was looking for me while we were trying. You probably saw both of these on the live stream if you were watching. But Teresa and her husband saw me right outside of Country Bears. Wanted to say hello. And then right after that, Yvonne, who's in the chat a lot, who's down here. She also, just as the cavalcade was going by, came over and said hi. Got to spend a few minutes with both of them. That was really nice. I always like when folks come up and say hi. Obviously, you certainly don't have to. It's your trip. G. Wilson, welcome in. Good to see you. Find the fun, welcome in as well. What up, G? Good to have all of you here. But it's really nice when people come up and say hello. And we took pictures and we talked for a few minutes. And that's always a blast. It really is. We really enjoy it. And always grateful when folks come up and say hello. To take time out of your trip to say hello to us. It's your trip. Totally get it. And we're appreciative of that for sure. 58 likes. Thanks, gang. So anyway, Test Track's coming. The parade's right around the corner. All good things coming for sure. And hopefully they'll be coming soon. I have to tell you guys. So I'm going to talk about this next. What did I bring up? I want to bring up something here. I'm going to bring up a video. So we stayed at, let's see, what else did I want to talk about? We stayed at the Aventura last week, as you guys know. Well, actually, before we even do that, of course, Tom Sawyer, don't forget, Tom Sawyer Island and the Riverboat are closing July 6th. That's the last day to ride them or go over there. That's it. They are officially closed on the 7th. They go away. We rode the Riverboat today. You guys all saw that. We rode the Riverboat today. We'll try to get over to Tom Sawyer Island. I'm not a big fan of that place. I'm not that upset that it's going away. I get a lot of people having nostalgia of that. Well, I want to go to the place we ate. The food was good. What place was that, Cynthia? Which one? But anyway, Tom Sawyer Island, Riverboat closing July 6th is the last day of operation. As of the 7th, it's closed. Matt, I'll get into all of that in a minute. So anyway, yeah, don't forget that all of those are closing really, really soon. So get over there before they're gone for sure. But yeah, let's talk about our Epic Universe weekend. Last weekend we were at Epic Universe. We started out Friday at the Riviera, Matt. We stayed at the Riviera for one night. Because Friday night we went down, and if you guys follow us on Facebook or if you follow us on Instagram, I'm sure you saw it. We went to the Dr. Phillips Center down in Orlando at the Walt Disney Studios for a Lord of the Rings concert. Basically what they do is they play the movie, and there's an actual orchestra and singers that are there live to give you the score and music from the movie as you're watching the movie. It's an absolutely phenomenal experience. I did a little filming of the very beginning, mainly because the beginning of that third film, as they go into the credits of the beginning, is one of my favorites of all time. I just love how that movie starts. The music part. So we went there Friday night, but Matt, we stayed at the Riviera just the one night. Let me tell you, man, the Riviera Resort, that is a nice resort. It's small. Lobby-wise, the lobby is really small, but it's beautiful. Great views of the water. You can see the Skyliner. The pools are really nice. Our view was awesome. If we had been there, but we weren't, if we had been there, we would have been able to see fireworks from both Epcot and Magic Kingdom. Steve says the new concept art for Cars Land looks better than what... Yeah, I agree. We thought the same thing, Steve. We talked about it on the last DISANITY. Hope so too, Victor. The Coronado Resort. Where did we eat, Cynthia? I don't even remember now. You have to remind me. Connie, welcome in. Good to see you. Yeah, I did see that, Steve. You guys are going to be really, really hot this week. Emily, LSU mom. Welcome in, Emily. Good to see you, dear. Guys, keep hitting that like button. But anyway, the Riviera Resort is fantastic. Our room was awesome. I did a video of it, so if you guys haven't checked it out, if one of the mods could put that out there, go check out our Riviera Resort review. I give you a review of the entire resort, and then I give you a look at our room, our view, what we had. It was really, really nice, and the people there were very nice as I went in and as I went out. No matter how many times I did it, they always said hello. They always said goodbye. They're really awesome over there, and lots of things to do. For sure. What was it, Cynthia? It wasn't Three Bridges. It was, oh, Rick's. It was Rick's Sports Bar and Grill. Yes. Yes. Cynthia, yes. Rick's Sports Bar and Grill. They have good food over there. They do. Bewitched 728. Welcome in. Yes, please hit the thumbs up. And, yeah, Rick's Sports Bar. Charlie, that was it. Yeah, they do. They have good food. Anyway, the Riviera is really nice. Really nice. And we already said, wow, we got to stay here again. And so hopefully we will in the future, for sure. Bewitched, welcome in. Good to have you here. I hope you subscribe. I hope you come back for more. Lots of Disney, Universal talk over here. We have a blast with it. And we have a really good community. We do. We do. We just have an awesome community over here. Everybody's very supportive. Everybody's very nice. We have a good time. But we also, for what it's worth, are very, very strict when it comes to... What's the word I'm looking for? Trolls, I guess is the word. We don't abide trolls. At all. I don't think you are, but I just like to put that out there. All right, now... What was I going to say? Can release here. My favorite thing about Riviera is the Skyliner. See, I can't do the Skyliner. It's just not my thing. Which would be a problem for me because I know that if you're probably going to Hollywood Studios or Epcot, they probably don't have buses to those places because they have the Skyliner. That's going to be an issue for me. Melissa would love it. She wouldn't care. But I would have an issue with it. Anyway. All right, so yeah, we stayed at the Riviera the first night. Saturday and Sunday, we were at Epic Universe. I love Epic Universe. I'm sorry. It's a phenomenal park. It really is. Did I say something that wasn't family friendly? What did I miss? Yes, family friendly, please. Yes, for sure. Anyway, so we went to Epic. Had a great time at Epic. I got to show you guys this. This is one thing Epic does really, really well. Oh, wait. Nope, that's the Aventura. We'll come back to that. Is it that one? It is. So here you go. So we got to meet Donkey Kong. He was amazing. I absolutely loved him. He was huge too. He was a huge size. We got to speak to him. Got as much time with him as we wanted. He was phenomenal. I just loved his entire outfit. Look at Melissa talking to him there. They do such a good job with the character interactions over there. He was so much fun. If you guys ever get the chance, I mean, who doesn't want to meet Donkey Kong, right? He was phenomenal. We saw him come out. We saw two people waiting in a line, and we went up to him and we said, who are you here for? And they go, Donkey Kong's supposed to come out in 10 minutes. And we're like, okay. And we waited. And sure enough, there he was. He came out. He was one of the top ones we wanted to meet while we were over there. And he was phenomenal. It was amazing. We absolutely loved it. We were smiling from ear to ear the whole time. I wanted to get back in line and do it again. It was that much fun. No, Victor, I don't game at all. No, I don't. But I mean, who doesn't know? I used to play Donkey Kong when I was a kid because it was around when I was a kid. But no, I don't game. Not anymore. There was a time when I did, but not like I never played the shooting games like Call of Duty and Halo and all that kind of stuff. Nah, that wasn't my thing. It just wasn't me. Matt, he was so much fun. I gotta say, they do a really good job. We've met Donkey Kong now. We've met Mario and Luigi. We've met Princess Peach. The only one we haven't met in Nintendo world is Toad. We've met Frankenstein's monster and the bride, the Invisible Man, and Igor over at Dark Universe. I wish they had Dracula. They don't, but I wish they did. We've met Rough Nut and Tough Nut over at Isle of Berk. We've met Astrid. We were in line to meet Hiccup and Toothless. Hiccup went out. We got to meet Toothless. We got our picture taken and video with him. That was amazing as well. Over at Harry Potter, they just have people walking around. They don't have any of the main characters. It's all of them as well. So we've really met most of the characters. It was nice. Cynthia, I don't know. He probably wouldn't take them. Katie might be sure to get that Donkey Kong dessert. It's epic. See, Sony, I gotta tell you, we did a video on the best and worst of food over at Epic. If you guys are looking for it, it's out there now. We weren't a fan of it. We got the Donkey Kong float thing, drink. I got the souvenir cup, but we weren't a fan of it. First off, we didn't taste any banana at all, period. Any banana. Melissa even said it in the video we were talking about. We were like, it's all pineapple. There is no banana in this thing. Or if there was banana, it was overwhelmed by the pineapple. We just weren't a big fan of it. It was fine. It was refreshing. On a hot day, it was refreshing. It kept you cool. But overall, no, we wouldn't get it again for us personally, Sony. Avery knew his name, huh? I used to know his name. I don't know what his name is now. What is his name in real life? I don't know what his name is, Charlie. I don't know. I don't know what his name is. I think it's Dr. Griffin, right? I'm probably wrong. Trying to get my chat back here. Anyway. Sony says, I'm trying to read chat. Yeah, see, Sony, I don't agree. Yeah, and Sony, and that's the thing. It's different for everybody. Melissa is not a big fan of Dole Whip. She prefers Citrus Swirl. You know, if you ask Melissa, what do you want? You want a Citrus Swirl or you want a Dole Whip? she's going to take a citrus swirl every single time. As weird as that is, that's what she's going to do. And they don't even really do citrus swirls anymore. So it's really kind of just a preferred thing. A lot of people do like it, Sony. You're right. Steve says, in a few months, I'll be living closer to Disneyland and Universal Studios Hollywood. Epic Universe is making want to live closer to Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando. Steve, you're going to have fun out there, man. It's going to be plenty out there as well. All right, so I want to go over the next thing with you guys, and that is we stayed at the Aventura Hotel for the 2 nights that we were at Epic Universe. Bus service to and from Epic Universe was a cinch. Nothing to it. And I mean that. I mean, it was really nothing to it. I mean, we went outside, the buses were right around the corner, and I think we waited 5 minutes every single time. The buses were always there to get you to Epic. I mean, they're only taking you 2 places, right? And they're not that far away either. That was part of it too. David Stevens, welcome in. Not a fan of Dole Whip, Team Citrus Swirl. The one I had in Hawaii was nothing like Florida Dole Whip, though. It was really good. Yeah, I'm sure, Leanne, for sure. But Aventura Hotel. So, service-wise, everything was fine. Everybody was really nice in there, very accommodating, very welcoming. Getting to the buses to and fro was easy peasy, nothing to it. Our bus stop when we got to Epic Universe was like one of the first ones closest to the park. We didn't have a long wait any single time leaving or going to the park. It was amazing. The inside of the resort is probably what would be considered a moderate in Disney terms. It wasn't a value. At least I don't think it was a value. Scott Rowe, welcome in. Yeah, Dr. Griffin. Right. What did Kim say? AB, long time no here. Right? Yeah, for sure. We got a discount, I think, if I'm not mistaken, when we got the room, and it was like 200 and something a night, so it wasn't cheap. But the hotel was okay. I'll say that. Aesthetically. Again, it's a moderate, maybe it's a value for them. I don't know. I thought it was a moderate. It's not a deluxe. I don't know. I thought the inside was bland. It didn't have a lot of character to it. It didn't have a lot of color to it. It was just all white everywhere. It just, I don't know. I wasn't the biggest fan of it aesthetically. I'm going to show you the room now. I think this is the room. Oh, it's freezing up on me, guys. Hold on. Hopefully this will come up. Okay, so here's the room. It's very bland. It's very blah. There's no artwork on the walls. Everything's very, it's nothing. No artwork on the walls at all. And they had room for it, and it's very just boring, very bland. In reference to that. Now, everything is touchpad generated right there, as you can see, which I thought was really, really cool. So you go on the touchpad, you want to turn down the lights, you want to turn on the TV. They had all kinds of different things you could watch on there, YouTube, Netflix, and all that came with it. The bathroom was fine. But again, look, it's very boring, very bland, nothing to it. Shower and all was fine too. It was okay. But look, everything's like white or gray. I don't know. I just wasn't the biggest fan of the room. I thought the room could be a little bit cheerful, a little bit more colorful, a little bit more dynamic. I mean, they had a little bit on the wall right there. That was it. That was the extent of it. And this was our view, which was fine. There's Cabana Bay across the way. You can see a little bit of Krakatoa over there, of Volcano Bay, and you can see a little bit of the pool. View I'm not worried about because that's a hit or miss. You could get lucky, you can get unlucky. If we were higher up, because we were only on the 4th floor, I think it went up to like floor 11 or 12. If we had been on floor 11 or 12, we probably would have had a great view, and we probably would have been able to see over everything and had a really view of like Volcano Bay. Maybe in the distance, we probably could have been able to see Epic Universe. The view I was fine with. I wasn't upset with that at all. Neither was Melissa. But the room itself was just very bland. Yeah, Matt. I mean, in a lot of ways, it did. The room was, Matt's right, Steve's right, Victor's right. And Douglas is right. This is the Aventura Hotel. It just looks very meh, very bland, very blah, very IKEA, very put together. It's almost like a pop-up room, almost. Right? Yeah, exactly. It was like the Hampton Inn almost. So, for that kind of money and being a Universal Orlando resort, I expected more. I did. Look, I'm not expecting the rooms to be all this decked out kind of thing. I get it. It's a moderate resort. But I don't know. I just thought it would have more character to it. I just thought it was very blah, very bland. That was the only downside to the resort. Just the way it looked, but everybody was nice. They had plenty of places to eat inside. They had a store in there. It was really, really nice. Everybody was nice. Getting to and from, the parking lot was easy. Getting to and from the buses was easy. The view was great. There was nothing wrong with the view. For the room, we were on the 4th floor. We weren't very high up. Everything else was fine. But the room itself, I just thought was very bland. That's all. And that's why I showed it to you guys. I wanted you guys to see it. So, that's kind of what the room was like. It wasn't great. Could have been better for sure. But it is what it is. Scott, yes. It's the Aventura Hotel. It's one of Universal's. But when you think of Universal, you can't really say colorful artwork on the walls would do wonders for that room. Exactly. Emily, that's the key. The smallest details of just a couple extra steps to make a room aesthetically pleasing can help to change the entire experience of your stay at a resort. Because look, I talked about all the good things, but what's the one thing I remember the most about the room? Is how boring it was. How unpretty it was. When we stayed at the Riviera room, it was, you opened up the Murphy bed. There was a beautiful mural right there. They had artwork on the walls. I don't know. It just seemed nicer. Now, the Riviera Resort is a deluxe resort. To be fair to Universal. It's almost like comparing apples to oranges. I get it. But even the Disney moderate resorts, I tend to think are a little bit more aesthetically pleasing from what I've experienced. Now, that's the only one we've experienced room-wise. We went over to, what was it, Portofino? We went to Sapphire Falls and we did the Terra Luna. Terra Luna was boring too, but that was a value resort. Sapphire Falls was beautiful. That was really nice, but that's one of their deluxe resorts. So who knows? We'll see. Maybe that'll change over time. The Helios Grand Hotel, we didn't see any of their rooms yet. But we'll see. Yeah, Victor, it does. And I think that's all you need to do. Just be a little bit more aesthetically pleasing to make the room a little bit nicer. And maybe I'm nitpicking. Look, I could be nitpicking here. A lot of you are probably saying, well, you're nitpicking. It's not that big a deal. And it's probably not. But it does alter the experience. I'm sorry, it just does. At least for us, it does. Yeah. Hey, Abby, welcome in. Riviera is nice. Again, it's a deluxe resort, so it better be nice. I haven't been in a deluxe resort with Disney yet that isn't beautiful. They're all pretty awesome. Yeah, Donnie, I would say, although I'm not the biggest fan, if you were to hold a gun to my head and said, which Disney resort is your least favorite? Old Key West is a little bland to me. The rooms, we've been in there a couple times. We've stayed there several times. They're okay. I like them because they're bigger in that respect. And not Old Key West. Well, Old Key West and Saratoga Springs. They're okay. I'm not the biggest fan of those resorts. First off, I think they're way too big. You can't get to anything by walking. I want convenience when I stay at a resort. That's why I like, Wilderness Lodge, as beautiful as it is and as big as it is, just go down the steps, go outside, there's a pool. Period. Same thing as the Grand Floridian. Go downstairs, go outside, there's a pool. Right? Contemporary, same thing. Go down the steps, down the escalators, outside's the pool. You go over to Key West, Old Key West, you go over to Saratoga Springs, you could be here and your pool could be all the way over here. And I'm like, I got to take a car to get to the pool. If I want to get to the lobby, I got to take a car to get to the lobby. I don't like that. You get on the bus, you might get on the bus, and there's 4 other stops before you even leave the resort. That I don't like. I don't like them being that big. Animal Zone, have a good night. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Stella Nova, Terra Luna, I agree, Sony. Again, they're value resorts. So I don't expect a lot from them aesthetically. I get it. It's a room. That's all you're there for anyway. And you're right. It's within walking distance of Epic. It absolutely is. Yeah, $150 a night for sure. And those rooms are going to go like hotcakes for sure. Side note, making a gluten-free cake. Trying to bring my dad some... Oh, nice! Cynthia, nice. But anyway, yeah, that's what I was thinking about when I think about resorts. I didn't mind it, but we were there, and as we were packing up, getting ready to leave Aventura on Sunday to go home, or Monday actually. We stayed Saturday night, we stayed Sunday night, and we packed up Monday. When we left Monday, we looked at each other and we were like, we probably won't come back here. Yeah, Donnie, it's funny you say that. It's one of the bad things about Coronado is it's too big. It's just, I love that resort too. We've stayed there. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I love the pool. I love the rooms. I love the Three Bridges, restaurant right out there. It's all walk up. You just go up. It's amazing. The new tower is awesome. It's huge. It's humongous. It's way too big. Way too big. Way too big. I agree. It's just, you get on a bus in there and it's 3 stops before you even leave. I get lost in that place. I'm like, where's our room? Anyway, all right. So, last couple things I want to talk about. These are channel related stuff. And I really wish I had more people in here because it's not that it's big news, but I'm trying to get my, how do I word this? I'm trying to get our feet off the ground, my feet off the ground, because I'm going to be honest with you, and this is I don't want anybody to get mad. With the channel, I do everything with the channel, everything. Schedule everything, all the thumbnails, all the video editing, all the video taking for the most part. Melissa does her videos for her channel, for her show, which by the way, she hasn't done in forever. I keep telling her to do it. But everything is me. So decisions and everything, they come from me. And I'm just being real with you guys. She doesn't want to do it for the most part. She likes the interaction of the live streams and coming on here. She doesn't want to do any of the work. It's just the truth. But anyway, it is what it is, and I'm fine with that. But I'm trying to get a couple things going that I think the channel is in a stalemate. Is in a, not stalemate. It's stalled, so to speak, when it comes to growth. And part of it is several different things. We're not as consistently going every weekend like we used to. And I get that. Consistency is a big thing. So many more people now. Live stream, vlog, this, that, or the other. Everybody's doing it now. It's everything. It's so saturated in this niche of Disney and Universal. There's so many different options and people to watch that it's hard. When we first started, there weren't that many people. There weren't that many options. So of course people are going to watch you. It's just, that's how it is. And glad to catch you live. It was our first date night as empty nesters, just me and hubby here now. Oh, nice, Kim. It's sad, but in time, it'll grow on you, Kim. Being an empty nester is kind of nice, to be honest with you. It's nice to be able to have that freedom to be able to just, the day's over. I don't have to worry about the kids. They're grown up. They're living their lives. I miss it, though. There's certain aspects of having the kids at home. I miss having the boys in the house. I miss, the house is quiet. It is. It's quiet. That's kind of sad. I liked hearing them play games or coming in and watching TV with us, or us going out in the backyard and throwing the ball, or going to basketball together, or going to a ball game together. I miss that kind of stuff. But there are aspects of being an empty nester that is cool too. I don't miss the responsibility. I miss all the camaraderie and the loving and the family side of it. Thank you, Jeannie. I appreciate you saying that. But anyway, back to the topic. We've kind of stalled. And again, many different reasons for that. Maybe the content's not as good. Maybe YouTube isn't sharing us out as much as they used to. I don't know. But I'm trying to think of a different way of how we can do things. And I was thinking, and I don't know that I'm going to do this. I'm trying to get some aspects of it. I'm trying to get some ideas. And I want to throw this out there to the 52 of you that are watching right now. I'm thinking about doing, my baseball channel has nothing to do with Mouse Talk right here. Okay? I can't do that. I don't know how people do that. I can't do that. It has nothing to do with Mouse Talk. The baseball channel is just my thing on the side that I like to do. Hey, Corinne, welcome in. I'm thinking about doing a second Mouse Talk channel. And I was going to call it something like Mouse Talk Vlogs, MTV. So basically, one channel, this one, will be all the live streams. The other channel will be all the vlogs, all the video stuff, all the special stuff like that. Yeah, Matt, you're funny. That's one thing I'll never do is a helicopter. So, hey, Matt, Monarch Miracles, welcome in. So, I'm trying to get some ideas. You know, I've seen other people do this. I don't know if it works or not, but obviously that second channel would be starting from scratch. Obviously, we'll share it out, and a lot of you will go over and you'll subscribe out of being nice, and I appreciate that. But, you know, when I look at the numbers, not a lot of people watch our vlogs. Of the 18,000 that we have, either you guys, and I want you to be honest with me, okay? Because I want honesty, because the only way for me to understand and grow the channel and to understand what everybody wants is to hear it from the horse's mouth, so to speak. Do you guys watch the vlogs? You know, do you, when you see it come up, is it something that you're interested in, or is it strictly live streams that you like? Or both? You know, do you watch both? Because the numbers show, like, either you're, and are you even getting the notifications of the vlogs? That's the other thing too. Are you getting notifications of the vlogs? Steve said, I've seen people split their channels up to do different things on different channels. Then after a while, they consolidate it all back to the one channel again. And that's why I'm asking. You know, again, there's only 54 of you in here, so I'm going to get a very small sample size of answers of what everybody does. But the vlogs, you know, there's so many different aspects of vlogs that are different from live streams. And we've talked about this ad nauseum, I'm sure. Scott says, what about visiting more places in Florida than just Disney and Universal? Oh, yeah, Scott, absolutely. And we've done other videos of other places. We've had that idea as well. I think it would start fresh with the algorithm and might start better since it's not tied to current algorithms set by old channel. Charlie, I agree. I understand that concept. Here's my worry with that. Back when I started the channel, there was very many people that were vlogging and streaming. Now everybody does. I don't know if it would help or not because people have more choice now. Diana watches the vlogs. Iowa Disney Dad, welcome in. I watch the food vlogs, but not your other vlogs. Fair enough. That's fine. And that's what I want to know. John says, watch both. Yes and yes. I like the dining reviews, Karen says. I listen to the vlogs when I work, so it plays while I am working. Thank you, Leanne. I appreciate that. Watch them both. Watch the vlogs when it's something I want to know more about. I get it, and that's perfect. I get that, too. Emily enjoys them when she gets a chance to watch them. Totally get it. Keith says yes and yes. I do watch the live, though. I like the vlogs. I do watch the lives, too, when I can. Gotcha. Getting more vlog notifications, but not the live anymore unless I hit notify me. Huh. Connie watches mostly the live stream. Greg J, welcome in. Vlogs and shorts on one channel, live stream on different channels. Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's what, I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Exactly, Matt. And that's the thing about it is vlogs you can watch on your own time. Cool thing about the live videos is I love talking with all these Disney people. I feel like it's a real family. Exactly. Kim, I understand the appeal of live streams 100%. What's the point of dividing up the channel? Does it increase subscribers? No, Diana, it doesn't increase subscribers, but I don't want the algorithm to not understand the niche. Is it getting confused and saying, hey, are you a vlogger or are you a live stream? Which are you? Maybe that's something that's messing with the algorithm. I don't know. Again, I'm not the tech savvy guy, YouTube expert. I'm talking with somebody on Monday. I don't know if it's a scam or not. If I don't like what I hear, I'll just tell them no thanks. Somebody says they're going to help, increase your channel, grow your channel. We'll see how that goes. Vicky, all smiles, welcome in. Dan, 82 Airborne, welcome in. Try to catch the ones I can. Time difference is a hurdle for me. Of course, absolutely. John says we watch both, but more live streams. Totally get it. Totally get it. Monarch Maple says watch the lives because something about the lives just a little bit better. I get it. I totally understand. The live streams are, what's the word I'm looking for? Very community-based, right? They're very community-based. All of our friends and all the people we've gotten to know over the years on the chats right over here, right? Right over here. This is how we all come together as a community and we get to talk and we get to have time together. And we're friends here. I totally get it. You don't have that with vlogs. I get that too. We watch it all. I usually will start a vlog with and then just let it roll. Thank you. And G. Wilson, that's totally fine. Support you no matter what you decide. Oh, thank you, Connie. That was nice. There are a trillion vloggers now, so very difficult. True. Seems like you have to live stream all day now to make headway. But vlogs are a different animal. That takes a lot of connections. It does. Pulled the night and got the notification, so it turned off Justin Bieber. Keith, you're funny. Please don't do that on the account of me, but I appreciate that. That's why we're here now. Yeah, that's true, man. I totally get it. I watch both. Steve says, I like the lives when the weather is bad here. I have to stay in when you and Melissa are walking around in the Orlando heat. Thanks, 820 Steve, Dan, I appreciate that. I get it. I totally get it. I do. The live streams are great because we all come together as a community. We all have fun together. It's a way for all of us to talk to each other, say hi to each other. Have company. You guys are my company tonight. Melissa's out. She's not here. You're my company. I totally get it. I do. I'll be honest. I watch lives, and if there isn't one on that I like, then I watch a vlog as a last resort. Totally get it, Vicky. I get it. The thing for me is vlogs are a lot easier to do. They are. I'm going to be honest back. It's a lot easier to do. I can do it at my pace. I can do it at my time. I can do a little bit here, take a break for a half an hour in the park, do a little bit more, do a little bit here, do a little bit there. Live streams are a full connection commitment for 3, 4, 5 hours straight. Whenever you do them, and if you want to do it right. So many are live streaming, yet there are just a couple of channels we watch for live streams, plus I am loyal to a fault. I don't know how to take that, G. Wilson. He's taking... I'm just kidding. G. Wilson's like, you guys suck, but I'm loyal to a fault. I'm sticking with you. Maybe you'll turn it around, Walt. No, I'm just kidding, man. I'm kidding. Karen says DISANITY is actually my favorite thing you do. I appreciate that. It's all for company, a cold beverage. Fine. Anybody want a cold beverage? There you go. Vicky says, I watch both, but I prefer the live streams. And I get it. I totally understand why everybody likes the live streams. I do. But it's a big, big commitment. It really is. It's a big commitment. It's not anything like vlogging. It really isn't. But to our defense, when we live stream, for the most part, I think today was an anomaly. I don't think we had very many people in there at all today. And I think part of it is because you guys are not used to us going live on Saturdays anymore. But, for the most part, when we do live streams, there's a lot of you here. 400, 500, 600, 700 people watch us every single time. It's awesome. It's great. Every once in a while, we have, like we had today, we had like 150 people at most watch us today. No big deal. Now, when you take the vloggers, the big time vloggers that have hundreds of thousands of followers, subscribers, when they do a live stream, they're lucky if they get 500 people watching. And they're not good at it. I'm just going to be honest. They're not. They're not good at it. But those people aren't watching them for live streams. They're watching them for the vlogs. That's their niche. And that's what worries me is I wonder if the algorithm is saying, what are you? Are you a vlogger or are you a live stream? Because they're different. Victor says, keep in mind, most vloggers are doing it on a daily basis because that it's 100% their jobs, unlike you, where you work 40. Yeah, that's true too. What do you enjoy doing more, live streams or vlogging? Diana, they both have their perks. The live streams are great because I get to know you folks here. You know, there is no personal connection with a vlog. Period. There's none. There's no personal connection. A lot of you in here, I've gotten a personal connection with. I've gone to dinner with you. I've gone to breakfast with you. We've met you in the parks. We've taken pictures. I've made a personal connection with a lot of people in here. That's what I love about live stream. I love vlogging because it's easier. It's less of a commitment. It is. I think vlogging is easier. I can do it when I want, how I want, where I want. I can upload the video when I want. I can come home and get it all together and do all the editing when I want. It's at my own time. There's no commitment there. Live stream has a huge commitment. That's the big difference. That's it. Gee, I'm just kidding, dude. Kim says, truthfully, Mouse Talk, people talk and interact with us. Other channels I feel ignored and never answered. Oh, Mouse Talk people never answered. I feel like people listen and help each other. We know each other. Kim, it's true. It's true. I agree 100%. Part of what, and that's part of the big commitment for me, and it is, I try to answer and look at almost every single comment. I'm not perfect. I miss things, totally. But you guys are taking your time out of your day to come watch me. I don't know why, but you do. That's very appreciative. We don't forget that. Your comments, you're making a comment because you want the comment read by either me or somebody else in the chat. You wouldn't comment if you didn't want it read. We try to read it. Matt says, we love all the content. We found you guys from the stream, and it's like we're there with you. The vlogs have been amazing, too. Melissa should do more of the Disney Take My Money segments. She's supposed to do more. I'm trying to get her to do more. That's her fault. Most of those vloggers started way before the boom. They were lucky with the time. Oh, yeah. Timing is everything, Charlie. Timing is everything, buddy. I did adopt 2 kids. You're right. Jennifer says, happiness homemade. She says, I totally understand what you're saying, Walt. You want to try other things on your channel to grow, but the algorithm hurts you. Just keep being you, and more people will find you. Jennifer, I appreciate that. I hope so. Jennifer, happiness and homemade. Check her channel out. She's got almost 80,000 subscribers. How do you do it? That's fantastic. She's doing fantastic. Check out Happiness is Homemade. Does a lot of really fun stuff over there. Yes, Charlie and Stacy is another one we met through the live streams. And vlogging and live streams are different. Here's my take on live streams and vlogging. Vlogging is informational. Vlogging is very informational. It's how you get a lot of information, how you see things that are going on. Vlogging is experience. That's how I take vlogging. Oh, Kim says Mouse Talk's the only stream in the community I subscribe to. Well, thank you, Kim. That was very nice. Don't subscribe to others because you probably would leave us. Walt, you should bring back History of the Ride. I did, Scott. I did. We do it on Sunday Social. We do it on Sunday nights. Tomorrow night, we're doing It's a Small World. Cynthia, you're funny. But we met a lot of folks. But I think vlogging is informational. And I think live stream is experience. Because like you said, you feel like you're there. You know, like you're walking through the park with us. You're getting on the ride with us. You're experiencing the parks with us. Vlogs are very informational. People talk about the best and worst rides. They talk about the interactions. They talk about the food. They talk about the fireworks. They show you this. They show you that. But you're not there. It's not quite the same. It's a way to get information on what something looks like. Live stream is the experience. That's the big difference to me. See, look at that. Already, Jennifer, you already picked up one. Emily, LSU mom, just subscribe to you. Victor said the food vlogs are very good. We've got a list now of new places to eat at. Our food vlog, and it's already 9 o'clock. We're going to run over tonight because I've got another big thing I want to mention. Food vlogs are one of my favorite things to do. And our food vlogs are very different than everybody else's. Basically, you don't want 15, 20 minutes of us eating food and seeing us shove it in our face. We don't do that. I show you the resort. I show you the restaurant, the aesthetic. We show you the food with the items, the pricing, what we got, and what it's consisted of. And then we do our review. And then we come back and we tell you what we thought of the food. That's it. That's all you need. Show us the resort. Show us the restaurant. Show us the food. Tell us what you thought. That's it. That's all you need. We don't need a 25-minute video of watching me eat, watching Melissa eat, watching me eat the next thing, watching Melissa eat the next thing. You don't need to see us eat it. We're not lying to you. 10 more likes to 100. We can do it. Yeah, we can do it for sure. Are my favorite. Thank you, Kim. We try on the food vlogs. We really do. But again, oddly enough, the food vlogs do pretty well. They do. We just did another one on Cake Bake. We did one on Cake Bake. We did one on the Atlantic at Epic. By the way, that's a real good one. We did one on Cake Bake. We did Cake Bake's breakfast. But again, it must be an algorithm thing because they're not. A lot of our food vlogs, you're right, they do pretty well. But lately, everything's been going down, and I guess it's an algorithm thing. I don't know. Steve, you're funny, Steve. Diana says the live streams are funny too. Walt singing or Walt's reaction with someone in his I can't help it, Diana. I can't help it. When I'm gonna be as realistic as I can be, without being rude, and as best I can in the parks. I am who I am. And you guys, if you know that, you know me well. Conzo, what's up, my brother? How you doing, man? Exactly, Charlie. It's time for bed. I was told it's time for bed. All right, last thing I want to talk about, and I don't know what I'm going to do about this, but I really want to do this. How do I word this? We want to do some sort of meetup. I've actually been wanting to do this for a couple years now. And we want to do some sort of meetup. Matt says we all love Mean Walt too. I don't know. I don't know about that. So everyone should send fruits. No, Cynthia, please. Anyway, I've been wanting to do a meetup for a very long time. I do. I really want to do a meetup. Pete does one, and Pete's is very good. He does a very nice job with his meetup. He gets, I don't know how many people he gets, but he gets people to come up to Maryland, and they do it. They make it a weekend thing. Now, I don't know that it's going to be that from the very beginning. Maybe if we can find a way to get it done. The issue is with a meetup, there's a lot that's involved. Now, I talked about this a couple of weeks ago on a stream. Melissa was here and you guys all talked about it. I'd have to figure out what way I want to go about this. Because then I was thinking at first, maybe we could do a meetup. I've seen people do a meetup where they all go on a cruise. A Disney cruise or a cruise together. Okay, well, that might work. It might not for folks. Okay? And again, let me preface this. Whatever we do isn't going to be ideal for somebody, okay? We can't please all the people all the time. So whatever we come up with, we're doing our best to please as many people as we can. So we thought about maybe a cruise. That would be neat. We could all get together. We could have somebody plan it for us. We could get a Disney cruise person, somebody like Leanne or whatever, could book everything for everybody. We have it all taken care of, and it would be amazing. We could all spend time together on the cruise, and we could do a couple meetup things while we're there. And then I was like, I don't know if people can do that. And then I was thinking, well, maybe we can do a weekend at Disney where we rent out a room, like at Coronado. They have the conventions over there, right? They have all the conventions rooms. Or maybe we could go to one of the convention rooms over at the Boardwalk, has a room over there, or other places, or at the Contemporary, they have convention rooms. We don't need a big room. We can get a small room. And then maybe one night from like 7 to 12, we have a meetup. Everybody comes. We can get a DJ. We can get it catered. We'll have food. We'll have tables. Everybody can meet. Everybody can dance. We can have fun. We can interact. And everybody can get to know each other. And we'd have a great night. Maybe we'll have prizes. Maybe we'll have stuff like that. But again, there'd be a cost to that. Okay, there'd have to be a cost for the venue. There'd have to be a cost for the food. There'd have to be a cost for the DJ. Pete does it. Pete has a cost to his. So I'm just trying to get. The only other way you could do it where there is like very little cost is if we just say, hey, everybody meet at the Boardwalk. Or, hey, everybody meet at Disney Springs. We'll meet outside of Earl of Sandwich on September 25th at 6 p.m. See you all there. That's it. That's the only way you're going to do it where there's no money involved. Other than, at least no money for the meetup. Okay? So I don't know what I want to do yet. I've got to figure out a way to get some people that I trust immensely to come on as a possible committee together to take on some responsibilities and to try to find a way to get this done. I just want thoughts. What do you guys think of a possible meetup? Now, again, understand a meetup with the possibility or probability of there being a cost. I don't know what the cost is, but I'd like to know what everybody thinks. So let me know in the chat. I'm going to go back. We all love let's see here. We would love a meetup, says Vicky. It would be easier since we have an empty house. A meetup would be lovely. Meetup at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Cynthia, Donnie, proud of. Yeah, there you go. Would love to just. Right. All right. Everybody's talking. Well, exactly. Boardwalk Contemporary is definitely an option. I mean, that's an option. Yeah, Disney meetup. Love the meetup idea. Maybe do a poll for the top 5 ideas. Yeah, again, I don't know. There's Melissa. Well, I don't know what we're gonna do yet, but we have some ideas. Good night, 82. Everyone, have a good night. Thanks for being here. Love the idea. Gonzo, what's up, man? Count me in. Well, I will go to the meetup. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you, Gonzo. Again, I don't know what we're doing yet. Okay. Exactly, Matt. Sounds good. I love it, and cost seems fair. There's no way around not being like we certainly don't have the money to pay for a place and foot the bill. We can't do that. There's got to be some sort of offsetting of costs. Melissa's walking out of Epcot. Can't say hi to everybody individually tonight, but love to all. I would do a meetup whether I'm still in New York City or after I move to Southern Cal. I'd consider thanks, Steve. I appreciate that. So a lot of people were saying they would do it. It would be cool to put a face with all the names. Yeah, it would, Kim. And that's part of it too. Now, here's the last thing I was thinking of. This is the last one. And I want to think what everybody thinks of this. I would think the easiest, cheapest way would be best. Set a date well in advance for an easy place to meet and see what happens. Okay. Maybe, Charlie. Again, I don't know that Disney wants 75 people meeting up at one time in one place. I don't know how well that would go over with them. It would be the cheapest thing, though. And again, for us that are local, again, that's the thing about it. If you don't want to do it, or you don't believe in the cost, if it becomes that, then we totally understand. Even locals, if I'm just going to throw names out there because I'm just trying to give you an example. Jeff and Angela. Charlie and Stacy, Ron and Meredith, Kelly and Ivone. If they say, we don't want to pay the cost, we're not going to go. I totally get it. Totally get it. Again, we're not getting any money of the money. It's just to help offset the cost of the room whatever venue it is, whatever we do for this, that, and the other. That's all it is. I would rather meet in a more private place than in a park. Exactly, Kim. That's part of it too. Plenty of banquet rooms at the resorts. Yeah, again, Greg, you're right. There is, but what's the cost of that room? What's the cost of that banquet room? Remember, this is Disney cost. So that's the thing. I think it's a great idea, Walt. It's understandable that there would have to be a cost involved. Meet up on the boardwalk would be amazing. Huge area and tons of spots to get amazing food and drinks. Don't burden yourself too much and stress yourself out. It will organically be fun. It would. And we might do that for the first one. I don't know yet. You could always just meet up at Atlantic Dance Hall. No cover, cash bar, free music. That's true too, Karen. The other thing I was thinking, and this I really like, this is my favorite of all the ideas personally. Okay? This is less of a meetup though. I want to do an annual golf tournament for Mouse Talk. But a mini golf tournament. Okay? So basically, it'd be the first annual Mouse Talk mini golf tournament. We can have 8, 10, I don't know how many people that want to do teams. It would be teams of 2. And it would be over a 2 or 3 day period where we would have a tournament. It would be head-to-head play. And, as you played, depending upon how many teams there were, we'd have to obviously rent one of the mini golf courses at Disney. We could look into that. We would do T-shirts. We would have a trophy for the winner. We could have people sponsor every hole. We'd try to live stream it if we could live stream it. If you wanted to have a team put in, it would be an entry fee to get in. Again, all this helps to offset the cost, and it's a way for also people to get together, have fun, have something interactive to do as well. And it could be an annual thing, and people can come out and just watch and get together. That's another thing that I really want to look into. Yeah, Gonzo, exactly. Jedi Master Joe, welcome in. It's not a real golf tournament. It's not 18 holes on a main golf course. I'm talking about a mini golf course. We could go to this, Christmas Summerland one. We can do the Fantasia Gardens one. We could do that, and we would obviously have to limit how many teams because you got to make sure everybody can play in the allotted time that we have. We'd have to rent out the golf course privately. That would be a lot of fun. I think that would be a blast. I was going to suggest meeting up at a mini golf course. See? That's kind of that. Mini golf sounds like so much fun. Exactly. And that's the thing. But if you got, let's say you got 10 teams that were involved, right? 10 teams. Okay, 10 teams of 2. There's 20 people right there. And then from there, people might want to come watch. And that's perfectly fine too. But obviously, those people that come watch have to understand that the tournament going on, they can't play. They would be watching. So it'd be, again, there's a lot of semantics involved. But, people could, maybe a channel like Resort TV 1 wants to sponsor the 8th hole. Okay? And maybe Paging Mr. Morrow wants to sponsor the 2nd hole. Maybe Mouse Talk sponsors the 1st hole, even though it's our tournament. Maybe the Disney Baker or Disney Nerd Herders want to sponsor the 16th hole. And we could have a banquet at the end once the tournament's over, present the winning team with their trophy. We could have a banquet. I don't know. Just trying to get an idea of things to do. I think this would be a blast. But obviously, everybody has to come to us. This is down here. So those folks that live way away, that would be a lot of a cost to you. Travel, resort stay, overnight, getting there. There's a lot involved. What's up, Chris, Disney Baker? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to do this. There's a lot of different ways. I would be a watcher. I belong in the unathletic. Julie, you're funny. Do 18 teams, shotgun start, 1 team on each hole. Well, Matt, again, that's easier said than done. First off, it's a matter of what Disney will allow us to rent the place for. Because again, we would have to have it to ourselves. If it's going to be all of us there, you're talking probably, I'm going to say 100 people. right? If you're going to have that many people, we can't have other people from outside there. It's got to be our mini golf course for that 1 to 3 hours time frame. Otherwise, it would be chaos. And then from there, I don't even think they open till 11 o'clock. So it wouldn't be shotgun in that respect of, rope drop for early in the morning. But I understand what you're saying. I get it, Mandy. Thanks. Hey, Adventures by D, welcome in. Is there enough notice it'll work? If there's, I think it's a tremendous idea. Lock it in, Walt, before someone copies it. Someone's going to copy it, Matt. That's all right. It is. I don't care. It is what it is. Again, there's a lot involved, but I'd have to get a team together too. First off, I'd have to get somebody that would have to be the financial part of it. It have to be someone we trust immensely. Someone to help us schedule it with Disney to get it scheduled. And then from there, we'd have to schedule all the other stuff. Someone would have to, we'd have to talk about deposits. We'd have to set up a way to get deposits together. There's a lot involved, and I can't do it all myself. I'd have to have a team. And it have to be a team, and I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. It have to be a team that I know and trust well enough to be able to handle this, because there's going to be a lot of money interacting and money involved. And that could be a problem for people if things don't go right. People will get mad if something doesn't go. If somebody makes a deposit and says then, oh, no, it didn't. I didn't make it. You didn't make the deposit. Yes, I did. That kind of stuff scares me. Gonzo said, what about if we can do both the first meetup and play mini golf the first year, and then the next year something different or separate meetup and tournament? Yeah, exactly, Gonzo. I'm just trying to get some ideas. I might just say for the first year, just to see, how it goes. I might just say, hey, look, we're all meeting at the dance hall at Boardwalk on September 25th at 7 p.m. If anybody wants to meet us, we'll be there. Well, I don't know, Charlie. That's exactly a good point. I don't know. I think that if you want to rent out the golf course for a couple hours, they probably would allow you to do that. I don't see why they wouldn't. And there's not going to be any alcohol involved. We're not going to bring alcohol. It's not going to be anything like that. Yeah, that's the other thing too, Karen. Lightning's going to close down mini golf. So, we probably don't want to do it during a time of year when it's going to be very, very rainy. So this is probably something we'd be doing in February or March. Or November, December. But does anybody want to come down here in November and December during the holidays? You probably don't. Only problem I have is I have a sailor mouth when playing. Well, I don't think that's going to matter. I think the name a place meetup is a good idea to begin with. Yeah, I think so too. I'll see. I'm going to talk to Melissa about it, and we're gonna make a decision on this. But again, here's the thing. If I say to you guys right now, okay, guys, here's the thing. We're going to do a meetup. October 10th. Are people going to fly 500, 600, 700, 1,000 miles just to come down for a meetup that's going to last? How long is that meetup going to last? That's the other thing, too. We don't have a dedicated time. So it might last 30 minutes. It might last an hour. Are you going to come all the way down here for that? I'll talk to Melissa about it this week, and we'll make a decision. I do and already have it scheduled. I really like, I don't know, the golf tournament thing, I really like that idea. And that at some point is going to become, that's going to become a thing. I'm just letting you guys know. At some point that is going to be a thing. Because I really want to do that. I want to have an annual event where we can get a lot of people here, or hopefully a lot of people here, and have a blast, and something where, if after all the proceeds are paid for, whatever's left over can go to a charity each year. We'll pick a different charity or the same charity. Probably something different than Give Kids a World. They get a lot of charity stuff. There's a lot of other charities like St. Jude or United Cerebral Palsy or the Cancer Society or Make-A-Wish Foundation. There's a lot of other charities as well. that could use it also. Meetup Friday the 13th. Waldo's going to ride Tower Terror 13 times, $13 per person. All proceeds go to give kids the world. Nope, we're not doing that. I fly 700,000 miles. I would not fly 700,001. I totally get it, Steve. Suppose people would plan to visit with chat friends as well as the meetup. Yeah, exactly, Julie. I mean, if it's to meet you, people would pay. Don't sell yourself short. Oh, thanks, Matt. No, not at all, Scott. I'm not doing that. Yeah, I mean, Douglas, there's all kinds of different charities. Again, that would be worked out. All right, gang, look, I'm going to wrap this up today. We'll be back at Epcot tomorrow morning. Tomorrow night, we'll be back with our Sunday social. We're going to be talking about It's a Small World. We're going to do a meetup. It's happening, okay? It's definitely going to happen. I'll give you dates and times as soon as I can. We're going to do it. We are. We're going to do a meetup for sure. And we're going to give you guys... I just worry... I don't know. I just worry that Disney... I don't want to get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? If we just say, hey, let's meet up at Disney at the boardwalk, at the dance party place there, it just worries me. But I think we'll do it. Anyway, all right, we're going to let you guys go. Everybody have a great night. Remember, Disney Dan, Steve's World, Disney Air Dream, Pete McDevitt are our partner channels. Thanks, everybody, for coming out tonight. Any new subscribers? Thanks for Ninja Watchers out there, all those that chatted tonight. I definitely appreciate all of you. Love doing these live streams from home. Definitely a way I can really read the chat, and we can get a little bit more personal, a little bit more intimate with everybody. It's pretty amazing for sure. Other than that, again, thanks, mods. Great job. Members, thank you for your extra generosity and loyalty. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning at, you got it, Epcot. Melissa will be there for that. Otherwise, Coco Bear, welcome in. Other YouTubers meet at Disney property. Yeah, they do. And I think we probably will. Good night, Gonzo. Good to see you. Quest, welcome in. We're heading out. All right, I'm going to have a stream about this, okay? I'll set up a stream one night where I'll say, hey, big announcement on a Mouse Talk meetup. And I'll give you guys plenty of time. And we'll go over it then. All right, everybody, have a good night. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, gang.